Okay, starting again. Welcome everybody. It's Thursday, February 12th. Time for some Marvel Legendary solo viewer challenges. I'm going to be playing some submitted setups by the Bagel Masterminds at coffee.bageltopgames.com. If you want to join up, you can submit setups for me to play, as well as get cards I can use in all my streams, including today and some other stuff. And let's get started with this. I don't think there's any Legendary news this week, so we can just jump into it. If you want to see any of the setups that I've got, you can go ahead and put an exclamation setups in the chat, and you'll link to my challenge page on legendaryleagues.com, where those are all listed. I'll be playing 3 today, 2 by Montax, 1 by Mr. Giraffe, I believe, and they're all very interesting. There's a theme sort of pattern across these, but we are going to get started with this first one. I thought I'm reading the chat. I'm not trapped in the void. I'm good. I do have my my what if mat here though. Okay, we're gonna start with Ghost sacrificing for the Soul Stone. So let's check this out. I don't get to play with the Ant-Man stuff that much, or the Infinity Saga, so I'm happy to have this. Here is our first setup today. Actually, let me go ahead and start the predictions for those on Twitch who want to do that. So here is the first setup I have for you all today. It is Ghost sacrifices for the Soul Stone. The villains in this setup are Weapon Plus. A lot of new stuff here. We got 4 Savage Land Mutates as the Henchmen, and then Janet Van Dyne, Psylocke, and Rictor as the heroes. I have not used these heroes together, so that'll be interesting to see how they fit together. I think there's some hero class crossover, but I look forward to seeing how Shatter and Explore and Piercing Energy all happen to work together for this. No idea how that's going to work out, but I'll give it my best. Let me do a quick Mastermind and Scheme overview for you all, and then we'll begin with this thing. So our Mastermind today is Ghost Master Thief. Not Ghost Master Chief, that's a different character. Alright, so Ghost has 8 attack, and Ghost gets +1 attack for each different cost among her kidnapped victims. While this side is face up, you may recruit cards from her kidnapped victims in any order, spending 2 recruit extra for each. I will definitely have to refer back to that as I go. Always leads Ghost Chasers. And then Master Strike is each player reveals a Instinct hero or discards 2 cards with recruit icons. And then Ghost transforms on that Master Strike, and if I hit a tactic. And on her Ghost Intangible side, it says you can't fight Ghost unless you made at least 6 recruit this turn. Master Strike, each player discards a covert hero or puts a non-gray hero from their hand or discard pile next to Ghost as a kidnapped victim, and Ghost transforms back. Makes it hard to hit her sometimes, but that's kind of the point. And then our scheme today is Sacrifice for the Soul Stone. We got Twist equal to the number of players +4, which is going to be 5 because I'm just one person. Twist, you may KO one of your non-gray heroes and one of your gray heroes to sacrifice for the Soul Stone. If you do, draw 3 cards, shuffle this Twist back into the villain deck, then play another card from the villain deck. If you don't, stack a hero from the HQ next to the Mastermind sacrificed for the Soul Stone. Evil wins when the Mastermind has sacrificed 5 heroes for the Soul Stone. Kind of a low threshold, but we'll see how it goes. A lot of rules text I'm going to have to refer back to. It looks like 4 people say win, and only 1 person says lose today. But let's see how true that'll end up being. I have absolutely no idea. This could go either way, honestly. But let's see, we're starting in our HQ and all that good stuff right now. So in our first HQ, as we set up, which is turn 0. I wish I could make that say setup, but I can't really do that. So we've got Butterfly Effect Psylocke, Massive Earthquake Rictor, we got a rare, Psychic Knife Psylocke, Psychic Knife Psylocke again, and then a second rare. So because I drew 2 rares into the HQ, I can do the HQ mulligan if I want to, and I think I do, which means you shuffle. I think I haven't done this in a while. I think it's you shuffle those 2, or you, I just forget what to do with these. You get these out of the HQ, you put 2 more heroes in, and I forget what to do with these. I forget if you put them on the bottom. I think you shuffle them in. Somebody can correct me on that. But anyway, we had a Rictor there and more Rictor. So, yeah. We got Psylocke and we got Rictor. I wonder what's going on there. I think they got shuffled back in. Again, correct me. Janet Van Dyne is not present for some reason. I gotta look up the HQ mulligan now. I didn't expect to be doing that at the beginning. It's in the what if rules. Yep, you shuffle them in. I was right the first time. So we'll shuffle the hero deck back. I like how the hero that explores is not in the HQ at all. Read in chat, Tony King says, I haven't gotten to see Psylocke in play. There was no way I'm getting to the X-Men set. She is one of my favorites. Hope her legendary counterpart is good. She's pretty good. She has a slow buildup of piercing energy. Her other uncommon allows for extra draws if you recruit more. You'll hopefully see how that works. Now, Shatter and Piercing Energy don't necessarily work well together. So that's going to be a struggle, but as far as her on her own, I think it's going to work out well. All right, and our starting hand is going to be... What? Why am I doing it that way? I got to go left to right so you can see the numbers. Yeah, it looks like we have a 5-and-1, so we can pick up one of these expensive common or uncommon. Rictor's got some 5-costers there. So let's go ahead and start. I think I'm ready, if you're all ready, with the first game today. And we'll see how I do. We'll see if I can take down Ghost before she sacrifices all our heroes. And here we go with turn number 1, starting from the villain deck. Oh, I almost forgot the Henchmen. Caught myself this time. Awesome. In What If Solo, 2 Henchmen enter the city at the beginning of the game. If I can fight them on the same turn, I can get an 8-card hand the following turn, which will be cool. Anyway, back to the villain deck. We're starting with Typhoid Mary from Weapon Plus. There's Weapon 9. So she's got Weapon X sequence and Fight. Reveal the top card of the hero deck as her personality, and you do something else based on what you reveal. We'll get to that when we get to that. But she has Weapon X sequence. So the way that a Weapon X sequence works on an enemy, it is the highest sequence of consecutive costs in the HQ. So for example, we have 2, 3, 5. So because they don't have a 4 cost, Weapon X sequence for enemies is 2. So I'm going to go ahead and give her 2 extra attack right now. So she's at 5. A bit out of reach for me, but that's okay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 recruit. So what are we going to pick up with that? I got 2 options. I got Butterfly Effect Psylocke, which gives you 2 piercing energy, which is great for that plan of hitting both Savage Land Mutates, like I said. And then X-Gene Covert, which means you have to have a Covert card in your discard pile. You get +1 VP. Can you hit Ghost on her backside with piercing energy? First of all, phrasing, Snatch Cat. But yes, you can, because you get through all fight restrictions. So that's an interesting way to get through it. And then Unearth Tectonic Power is to attack Investigate for a card that's ranged and or instinct. So I'll jump back to that. Snatch Cat has a good point. So to the transformed side, this says you can't fight Ghost unless you made at least 6 recruit this turn. Now, Piercing Energy is very strong. One of the things it can do is get through all fight restrictions, and this would be considered a fight restriction. So if I did want to go on Psylocke, I could completely ignore her intangibility, which thematically makes sense as she's still physically there, so psychic attack should be able to affect her. Regardless, I think that for city control, Butterfly Effect is my best move right now. I wish I could get some recruit, but I didn't. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Butterfly Effect as a turn 1 pickup for 5, which is pretty good, all things considered. Hey, there's Janet Van Dyne. Showing up there. Okay, on to turn number 2. Revealing Skinless Man. Very disturbing. Who has Weapon X sequence as well. In Ambush, Skinless Man captures a bystander of your choice from your victory pile. If you don't have one, which is the case with me right now, gain a wound and he captures one from the bystander deck. So let's go ahead and do that. First, I will go ahead and gain a wound. It's a standard wound right now. And we'll get a bystander from the bystander deck. It looks like it's Magma, which is very odd. All right. And he's also got Weapon X sequence, and looks like it's still 2-3. Actually, it's worse now. It's 2-3-4. So I have to increase both Weapon X sequence for both enemies. We have 6 on Typhoid Mary, and we have 6 on Skinless Man because I've replaced a 5 with a 4. Actually, yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's actually worse than I thought. It's actually 7 for both of them. That's really bad. But let's be honest, I wasn't thinking about fighting them right now anyway. So 1, 2, 3 attack is what I've got here. And I've got 1 and 2 and 3 recruit. So I could hit a Savage Land Mutates. I could interrupt the underground with Underground Cave, and I could hopefully interrupt that Weapon X sequence, which would be nice. Perhaps. Matt, look, thank you for the hydrate. And by the way, Mike H. Legendary, thank you for the Prime sub. I really do appreciate that. Very kind. This recruit is for you. I think I'm gonna... So, do I care more about interrupting the Weapon X sequence or getting some synergy with Psylocke? I'm not sure which one I want to do. You know, I'm not going to hit them anytime soon. So I think I do want to go ahead and pick up Psychic Knife, even though it's not going to interrupt that sequence. It'll just fit with what I'm doing better. Hey, and there's another rare, so can't keep these rares out of here. This finally found you, Janet Van Dyne's rare. And with 3 attack, I will take out a Savage Land Mutates, because if I don't, I'm gonna get overrun pretty quick. And I can draw an extra card at the end of this turn, which is very welcome. And that's gonna be right now, because I can't do anything else. But it's a full reshuffle and an extra card, so I have all the cards I've recruited in there, which is great. So here we are. What do I have? 1, 2. Oh, the wound's gonna mess that up, though. Well, at least I canceled out the wound by doing that, in a way. Okay. For turn 3, I've got... Oh, we are top-loaded with Weapon Plus here, so we drew Ultimaton, which is Weapon 15. Doubled Weapon X sequence. Gross. Ambush. Each player discards a non-gray hero. I guess it was good I didn't draw one, because I would have had to discard one, and now I don't. Fight. Each player KOs one of their gray heroes. Escape. Each player KOs one of their non-gray heroes. So doubled Weapon X sequence, and the Weapon X sequence is almost maximized. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 right now, which means that this guy is at 12, which is kind of ridiculous. Oh, what else? I've got 1, 2. I ended up with a 3 and 3 anyway, somehow. So that piercing energy is gonna come in real handy if I can get hands on that. I guess I'm leaning into piercing energy, with how scary this is getting. So I'm going to with 3 attack, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the streets. Get that extra card next turn. And then, I'm going to avoid taking Rictor. I'm going to take Psychic Knife instead. And hopefully this will pay off for me. I'm making an investment. I really am. Doesn't always work out, but I'm going to try. There's another Janet Van Dyne there. Okay. Well, I get to draw 7 more cards for my next turn. And I got all right, so that's 2 piercing energy. Do I have a covert on my discard pile? I don't, but if I recruit one this next turn, which I can do with Janet Van Dyne, that's 3. And I can do something with that. Okay, on to turn number 4. Another weapon. I swear I shuffled the villain deck. I don't know why this is happening. So, Typhoid Mary has Weapon X sequence, singular at least. And we already have one of her, so we haven't gotten to fight her yet. But she's also at 7. Yep, I'm still at 3, 4. Oh, I have no more 2s left, so actually these all go down by 1. Weapon X sequence is 3. Yep. And we're at 10 on this die. And 6 again on her. But I do have 3 piercing energy, so I can actually fight a Typhoid Mare if I want to this turn. Oh, I will have 3 if I do a recruit first. So 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit. And so here's what I was talking about with butterfly effect. If I want that 3rd piercing energy, I need to have X gene. So I have to recruit a covert, and there's 1 covert I can recruit here, which is Search for Peace. Yeah, the reskins are very nice. Snatchcat did a great job on those. And I did offer some feedback on those as he was making them, and I got to give credit to Snatchcat, because when people work on projects like that, not everybody is willing to listen to feedback on things. I do find if people are willing to listen to feedback, the product usually ends up better because they can actually hear what suggestions are, and that goes for a lot of the custom projects that happen on our Discord server, including in the custom legendary Unity guild or the Clug. Collaborative efforts really work if you're open to hearing people out. Okay, so I got 4 recruit. I have to do that so I can get the piercing energy, so let's go ahead and pick up Search for Peace. By the way, it works nicely with what I've got. It's 2 plus recruit and covert explore. You get plus recruit equal to the found hero's predicted recruit. It'll work nicely with Psylocke's covert common if I'm able to get it. And then we got another 3 cost underground cave in. So let's go ahead and get some of that piercing energy. Here's my fancy piercing energy die right here. And so I get 2 plus 1 for X gene, which is great. And Psychic Knife, I do get to draw a card. I won't get another piercing energy because I don't have an instinct plate, but I got more recruit off of it. So I have 1 attack and 1 more recruit. The cool legendary Unity guild? Sure. Alright, so with 3 piercing energy, I can actually hit one of these Typhoids Mary and do their effect. Let's hit the one that... I'd rather the bystander be farther away from escaping, so we're going to go ahead and hit the one in the sewers for 3 piercing energy. Are you guys seeing stuttering? I'm seeing that note. Okay, where was I? Alright, so we were about to use some piercing energy to hit Typhoid Mary, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. To use piercing energy, you have to spend piercing energy equal to the printed VP value of that enemy. So her printed VP value is 3. So we're gonna go ahead and use that to fight her, which means we get to do one of these effects, but I should do the obligatory effect here. And then, all right, so fight, reveal the top card of the hero deck as her personality. Depending on what hero class we get, a different thing happens. So let's jump over to the hero deck real quick, which is going to be an instinct card. So it's an instinct, which means we got Mary personality, rescue a bystander. Could have been worse. We go ahead and rescue the opera singer as well. So I'll handle that in a second. Now, technically, I'll blow her up again. She deserves it. She's on my victory pile right now. Yeah, this is so much smoother. This is the way it was when I tested it. Isn't that something? Okay, so back to our bystander. So opera singer, when you rescue this bystander, shatter a villain in the bank or shatter a hero in the HQ space under the bank. So I would love to shatter Ultimaton to get him down to 5 attack, but I still couldn't hit him. I could shatter the rare, but unfortunately, I had to recruit earlier, and I can't get the rare right now. So this is going to do nothing for me. I'm just going to press the shatter button, and you can use your imagination as to what I shattered. And I do have enough for a sidekick, so let's get a sidekick. I don't believe there are any restrictions on this setup from Mr. Giraffe. Nope, so sidekick time. It's going to be... oh, look who I got! The designer of the setup, Mr. Giraffe sidekick. This is one of the cards you can be as a member. And there he is, Mr. Giraffe and Hank. Let's move on. No, no henchman fought this time, so I don't actually get to get any more card draw, but whatever. Let's move on quickly. Weapon X is a really fun set. I don't get to use it that often. So I'm happy to do so today. Okay, turn number 5 gives us our next Savage Land Mutates. We know what they do already. They're going to enter the sewers. Let me double check that Weapon X sequence. So we got 3, 4, 5. So it should be 3. Everybody is accurate there. And hopefully I can lower it. So we have 1, a 2, 3, 5, 6. Now, I could try and activate Search for Peace by drawing with Psylocke first. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's play all my grays. I got 4. And then we'll play Psychic Knife, just drawing a card. I didn't get a covert. So I have a 5th recruit, and I've got 7. And I don't get to activate the power. Now, unfortunately, this rare costs 8. But I still do have 7 recruit. I can interrupt some of these sequences if I take the 4 cost, which is Ranged Explore. You get a plus attack equal to the found hero's permanent attack. Okay, so I know what the top hero of the hero deck is, and it's Unearth Tectonic Power Rictor. I gotta remind myself how Explore works. I think it's reveal the top 2 cards of the hero deck. Or you take a hero from the HQ, you put it to the bottom of the hero deck. Reveal the top 2, 1 takes its place. I'm not 100%, so I'm gonna go with my keyword bot on this. Explore, what does it do? Exactly. Gotta follow the rules. Yep, put a hero from the HQ on the bottom of the hero deck. Reveal the top 2 cards of the hero deck and choose which one refills the empty HQ space. Put the other one on the bottom of the hero deck. The found hero is the hero you added to the HQ this way. Okay. Don't really have any range to trigger this, but when I get it. But I'm gonna have to. I have to take a... Unless I want to take Unearth Tectonic Power, I'm gonna have to take a range card this turn. I want Instinct for Psychic Knife, though. I know a 5 cost is coming in, but only if I take Prepare for War will the Weapon X sequence be interrupted. And it will reduce down to 1. Which is really good. So I'm gonna actually, for that reason, I'm gonna take Prepare for War. For 4 cost. Which leaves me with... So the Weapon X sequence on all of them is 1. So it's actually 2 on Skinless Man. Oh no, sorry, it's 2 on Ultimaton. This has got it doubled. So 6, we got 6, and 5, and 4. They were their own sequence. I have 3 recruit left. I risk increasing the Weapon X sequence again. You know what? I don't think I played a game where only the enemies have Weapon X sequence and I don't, so it's a bit intimidating that way, even though it works differently. I'll take Underground Cave-In. I haven't really gotten to KO anything, so I have to load up on cards instead. Awesome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have some piercing, I have some sidekick stuff, so let's find out what happens here. Turn 6 is Dakin, Weapon X sequence, and Berserk. They are all just showing up. I backloaded the strikes and twist to the bottom, I guess. So Weapon X sequence and Berserk, and fight, KO one of your heroes, and fail, you get a wound. So Berserk on enemies means there's a possibility to fail when you fight them, which is fun. Weapon X sequence is still currently 1, so he's at 4. Yes. Hopefully everything's fine now, though, Tony King. Okay, so there's Mr. Draft and Hank. It's just a regular standard sidekick, so I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 cards and do that. And, alright, let's play my Greys. 1, and 2, and 3. And 1 more recruit. 1 total recruit. Do I have Piercing or X-Gene Covert? I do. So I can safely play Butterfly Effect right now for 3 Piercing Energy. Once again, no trigger here, so I'll just draw into an additional recruit. And this is what usually happens when I have 1 Piercing Energy hero. I have very split resources. So with 3 Piercing Energy, I can hit the other Typhoid Mary, which is great, or I can hit Skinless Man. So Skinless Man's a bit stronger and has a bystander, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do that first. I'm going to hit Skinless Man for 3 Piercing Energy, and I can also hit the Savage Land Mutates this turn. No fight effect, so it's just a clean defeat with rescuing Magma, who has choose 1, draw a card, or you get +2 attack as the hero effect. And then I will take my 3 attack to hit the Savage Land Mutates for an extra draw next turn, which is great. Give myself a reminder. Again, I will forget. And then with 2 recruit, all I can do is get a sidekick. But I cleaned up a little bit, and I got Prodigy here, so I'm good with that. Oh yeah, things are running super smooth now. So what I did work. I just had to, not do another thing. So, new hand. Turn 7. There's our first Master Strike. I was wondering where that was going to be, and here it is. So here's what she does. Each player reveals an Instinct hero or discards 2 cards of the Recruit icons. I can do that thanks to Psylocke. And then she's going to go ahead and transform into her intangible side. So remind ourselves what that does. I can't fight Ghost unless I made at least 6 Recruit this turn or use Piercing Energy. And then she has a different Master Strike. Okay. I really need some hero class synergy here. I got to do some more recruiting. I have powers I can't do all over the place. Let's start with a draw a card with Psylocke. Yeah, I have 3 different hero class superpowers that I can't actually activate. I gotta figure myself out there. 4 total attack and 4 recruit is what I'm gonna get here. Now, let me double check the sequence. It's still accurate, so I can actually fight Dakin if I want to, but he does have Berserk, which means I basically Berserk from the top of my deck as I would normally do for a regular Berserk, but he gains attack, and then if I fail, I can't defeat him and I have to gain a wound. I can fight Typhoid Mary, though. Nope, that's not Typhoid Mary. She's above. I can fight Typhoid Mary because she's at 4 attack right now, and I have 4 attack. So let's use that and just fight her with attack this time and do one of these things. So top card of the hero deck is going to be a range card. It's Quantum Contradiction. So back to Typhoid Mary. Ranged means put a card you played this turn on top of your deck. That's cool. I've played everything. I don't think I've done that effect before. What do I put on top of my deck? Anybody have any ideas? I did take 2 Psychic Knives, so I could do that. Not really going to get a range trigger. Although I did take one Rictor. I think Psychic Knife is my best bet, because then I can Piercing Energy some more things. Search for Peace is also good, because that'll give me 2 Recruit and maybe an Explorer. There are coverts. You know what, I'm leaning towards Search for Peace. The city is not going to be too super threatening. So I'm going to go ahead and put Search for Peace. Cool, I'm glad we agree. I put that on top of my deck, and we will defeat Typhoid Mary at the same time. And I'm left with 4 Recruit. So I guess I'll take another... I wish I could recruit that. I'm going to go ahead and take another Underground Cave-In. Maybe I'll be able to trigger it sometime soon. And then Quantum Contradiction comes in after we revealed it. Good stuff in this hand. Again, one thing I love about solo is how quickly your strategies come together, even when in a situation where you don't have a lot of KO. It happens, feels like it happens more quickly. There's our first scheme twist of the game. Unfortunately, well, actually, I think I have an idea for this one. So a twist, you may KO one of your non-gray heroes and one of your gray heroes. That's true. You may KO one of your non-gray heroes and one of your gray heroes to sacrifice for the Soul Stone. If you do, draw 3 cards, shuffle this twist back into the villain deck, then play another card from the villain deck. If you don't, stack a hero from the HQ next to the Mastermind, sacrificed for the Soul Stone. So, I have Magma here, who didn't do anything wrong. But I might have to sacrifice her for the Soul Stone. Just saying. I kind of want to keep everything else. She's a great range trigger. I would be able to shatter a Veil in the Sewers with Underground Cave-In, but if I do that, I won't be able to. But I think she has to go, unfortunately. Oh, that's rough. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and KO Magma and the Shield Trooper. I'll keep the giraffes for now. Goodbye. They are sacrificed for the Soul Stone. And then I get to draw 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. Actually, I have to tuck a hero before I... No, I'm still in the twist. Never mind. One thing at a time. Draw 3 cards. Done. Shuffle the twist back into the villain deck. Then play another card from the villain deck. And then after I've done all of that, then I tuck a hero because that'll be the end of the twist effect. Okay. Let's play another card from the villain deck. What is it going to be? Magma's not bad, all things considered. we were talking about the new mutant bystanders. There's others I would have sacrificed a little faster. And we got a Savage Land Mutates, the final henchman coming in. Okay, now that I finished that, I have to tuck a hero that costs 6 or less. Let's tuck the Underground Cave in. Okay. Now, before I move on, Weapon X sequence has changed. There's 5 and 6 since last turn. So I actually have 8 attack on Ultimaton, and Dakin's at 5 right now. But let's see what I've got. Do I have a Covert in my discard pile for X Gene? I currently do not, but I do have Prodigy. So if I recruit Wasp of Another Generation, which has size-changing Covert, what I can do is I can play Butterfly Effect, I can play a copy of Butterfly Effect, and then I can hit the Mastermind, which sounds very fun. So I'm going to go ahead and do that instead of exploring. So Wasp of Another Generation is size-changing Covert. Once I play a Covert card, I reduce this by 2. So it's going to become a 3-coster. And then I can use it as I can chain that effect and use it with X Gene. So let's play Search for Peace. 2 recruit without the superpower. Actually, I don't have to do that. I can actually play all my agents and do it just like that. So we'll do that. 1, 2, 3 agents. I'm going to yeah, hold on. I could also get the rare this turn if I do things a bit differently. If I play Butterfly Effect first, the rare is also, hold on, the rare is also Covert. So the rare would satisfy the X Gene. However, in order to actually get enough recruit to get the rare, I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and explore, triggering the Covert superpower, so I'd have to play Butterfly Effect first. So I can't hit the Mastermind and get the rare at the same time. So what's more important right now? So if I made 6 recruit this turn, I only have to spend 6 attack to hit the Mastermind. Is there a chance I can do that? I only have access to 2 attack, even if I clone it. I think I'd rather get the rare right now. We're early enough in the game. Alright. It is very, very good against her. Plus, like I said, it is early, so I think I do want to go that route. Alright, let's back way up. I don't have the size changing yet. Starting over, I have 3 recruit from my starters. I have to explore, which means I'm going to have to play Butterfly Effect first, which does give me 2 piercing energy. At least I can hit some enemies with that. I don't get the X Gene bonus because I'm doing this in a different order. 2 more recruit, and activating Explore, you get plus recruit equal to the found hero's printed recruit. So first I got to put a hero on the bottom of the hero deck. I think we're going to go with one of Rictor's Unearthed Atomic Powers. Reveal the top 2 cards of the hero deck, which are going to be Search for Peace and Search for Peace. Not much of a choice here. So I will choose Search for Peace. And what was it on Explorer? The other one goes to the bottom. Yeah, the other one goes in the bottom. So this other Search for Peace goes to the bottom, which is great because I get 2 more recruit equal to the found hero's printed recruit. So I'm at 3, I'm at 7, which means to get the rare I'm going to have to use Prodigy, which does mean I can explore again, which is fun. So I will use Prodigy as a copy of Search for Peace, which gives me 9 base recruit. And then I explore again. I think what I want to do is put the card that I just explored for back on the bottom. I got another Rictor. All right. Now, I didn't get any extra recruit from this, but I don't need to do that. I don't know which one to put here. Another Underground... No, I want another Unearthed Atomic Power there. So we'll do that. Prodigy's out. And I haven't played a range, and I won't, so I'll just play the Cave-In for 2 base attack. Okay, sweet. Now what I can do is with my 8 of my 9 recruit, I can pick up Finally Found You, which has 4 recruit and 4 attack. Explorer, Covert, you get plus recruit equal to the found hero's printed recruit and plus attack equal to its printed attack. Pretty good. So Janet's joining me there. 2 piercing energy is not enough to hit anything except for the mutates, and 2 attacks not enough to hit anything at all. So I'll spend 1 piercing energy to hit the mutates and draw an extra card next turn, so I get to, once again, have a 7-card starting hand, which I'm happy about. So far, so good on this. I've avoided sacrificing anybody for the Soul Stone. Actually, having the Savage Land mutates has helped me with that, because I could get to a point where I run out of gray heroes to KO if I had more KO power elsewhere. All right, 3, 6, and 7. There we go. I finally get to activate Psylocke superpower there. Turn 9 is another twist. Can you play your cards, then KO them in this scheme? Yes, one of your heroes. So it doesn't have to be a card you didn't play. Not from your hand. So let's do this again. You may KO one of your non-gray heroes, one of your gray heroes to sacrifice. So the question is, do I sacrifice Psychic Knife or not? If I do, I get to draw 3 cards, then I might get to activate it anyway. And it's only a 2 cost. I think this is a worthy sacrifice. I feel I feel pretty awful saying that, but that's what this scheme makes me do. I'm going to go ahead and KO a Psychic Knife and a Shield Trooper to actually do this. Yes, you could play Psychic Knives, then KO it then. However, a Scheme Twist would have to come up later on your turn for that, because at the beginning of my turn I didn't get the opportunity to, but yeah. It says you may KO one of your non-gray heroes and one of your gray heroes, so that counts as heroes you have. There's clarifications on that in places like the Annihilation rule sheet that says that counts heroes in your hand and heroes in play. Anyway, I draw 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Got some piercing energy out of that. Shuffle it back in and play another card from the villain deck. And what are we gonna play? We're gonna play whatever this is. Master Strike comes up after that. Cool. No, otherwise you can't do this effect at any moment, because it would say once per turn or once this turn. The twist says you may do it right. You may KO one of your. It just, because it doesn't have that option, it says do this now. Anyway, Master Strike happened. After they resolved this Master Strike, which is part of the scheme twist, after I resolve all that, then I tuck a hero, because it said play another card. All right. Each player discards a covert hero or puts a non-gray hero from their hand or a discard pile next to Ghost as a kidnap the victim. Ghost transforms. So I drew Butterfly Effect, but I am going to discard her. I got lucky to draw that covert hero, so I don't have to give her a kidnap victim. And it's okay. Lots of us learn something new about this game all the time. Okay, so I discarded the covert, and she's going to transform. A lot of moving parts in this setup. Why did that delay? That delayed so badly. It was Ghost. She's messing with my systems here. And then she's got +1 attack for each kidnapped victims, and luckily I didn't let her get any of those. And now that whole thing is done, I can tuck a hero to the bottom of the HQ. I gotta be careful. I got 2, 5, 6. Subatomic Size is tempting to keep there. I'm not really being fair to Rictor. I'm gonna tuck another one of his cards. I made this worse for myself. Now I have 4, 5, 6, which is a Weapon X sequence of 3. So once again, Ultimaton is at 10, and Dakin's at 6. Why do I do this to myself? Well, how would you use... I understand that, but how would you use the sacrifice keyword on this? Because you couldn't really phrase it that way. Because sacrifice literally means KO this hero. So you couldn't say sacrifice one of your heroes, because that's literally just saying the same thing as KO one of your heroes with more letters. So I see why it wasn't used there. Okay. But it continues to fit with the theme of the set, though, you know? Okay, 3 recruit. That card real estate is very important. Draw a card. Once again, I have powers that can actually trigger with 3 different hero classes. I got 1 attack and 2 more and a wound. Alright. So can't hit anything, but I can recruit a 5-coster, interrupting that sequence. I do have some size changing to look at, so I got Unorthodox Power. Investigate's good no matter what. I do have both classes. That'll be nice to actually pick up, even though I keep tucking those. I got a Wasp of Another Generation, which, thanks to size changing, I played 1 covert. It's only going to cost me 3 if I want to take it this turn, but I do have a freebie this turn as well. Subatomic Size costs 0 because I did play a covert. So I don't see any reason not to take this. So I'll start by doing that. I'll take the freebie. And there's... Oh, Massive Earthquake is a rare. And I have just made the sequence even worse, because now it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, right now, this is not actually 3. It just gets that discount when I recruit it. Otherwise, it would be a full. But I will try to interrupt it by taking Unorthodox Power, even though I have the size changing elsewhere. And I kind of did. So now I have 4, 6, and then 7, and 5. Oh, no, that didn't change it at all. I now have 4, 5, 6, 7. So now it's even worse. Wow. So it's maximum. Yeah, there's D10. D12 is about 14. So let's do this. 14 here. And 8 here. Your non-gray heroes have sacrificed for their own class. But they don't really, you know? Oh, it's only 4, not 5. Which is better for me. Not that I was going to get anywhere close to hitting them. It's not as bad as I thought it was. Alright, 3 attacks not doing anything for me, so that's it. Sometimes simple is best, even if you don't get to use the fancy new keyword, you know? Alright. Janet's Rare is ready here. Let's see what the villain deck gives us. Another twist. Wow. Now, luckily, I can avoid sacrificing the rare. But I think I'm going to continue to keep doing the sacrifices. I can get 7 recruit if I don't sacrifice any agents. So I'm going to have to sacrifice the Trooper and a Janet Van Dyne. So Prepare for War and this Trooper are going bye-bye. And I get to draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, it's the end of my deck. All I have is a discard pile. Shuffle this back in. And then I play whatever this is. Another one. So this chain, I gotta do it again. Once again, I'm gonna sacrifice a range card. This is so many sacrifices. I could probably afford to let one go. But I'm not gonna do it. I think this is literally just me playing Twist at this point. I think I did an anti-shuffle. But now I can't get the rare if I do this. What's more important? Getting a hit. I think, you know what? I think I'd rather get Massive Earthquake and Shatter Ghost. Although, she doesn't have that high of printed attack. No, I don't want to get the rare that bad. I think I'm still going to do a sacrifice. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of Rictor and an agent to pass this one again and draw 3. I might draw some more recruit anyway. We'll see. I might just end up drawing all my grays this way. Imagine if you did this and you ended up drawing all your grays, KOing all your non-grays, and you fought the Destroyer. Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's better. I might get another twist, though. We sure did. All right, let's just play KO all the heroes I spent all this time recruiting. All right, Subatomic Size is gone, and so is the Trooper, the drums. I do get to draw 3 cards again. I didn't need those cards anyway, right? This is what happens when you draw the villains first in solo. All right, what's next? All right, finally, a break. So we got Huntsman, and then I have to talk a hero once I play this. Weapon X sequence, ambush. Reveal the top 3 cards of the hero deck. Huntsman captures each that costs 4 or less. Put the rest back on the bottom of the hero deck. So 1 and 2 and 3. Rare Psylocke. We got a 2 and a 4. So by rare Psylocke, you go to the bottom of the hero deck. We'll never see you again. And then you're going to capture Psychic Knife and trace the fault lines. And by the way, the fight effect is if Huntsman has... I love this art. If Huntsman has any captured heroes, choose a player to gain one of them and return Huntsman to his city space with the rest of them. Ignore his ambush. Okay. Can I do this in a way where everybody can see what's going on? Kinda, sorta. Again, real estate. Now let me double check the sequence. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's still at 4. So we're at 6 now. And now I have to tuck a hero. I'm glad I didn't forget that. So I want to tuck one of these. I can't tuck the rare. It's going to be the 6 or the 5 to interrupt that sequence. The size changings, I can get that this turn with my recruit. I really like Quantum Contradiction, though. Which will at least reduce it to 2 if I don't get a 5 cost coming up. I'm going to tuck Quantum Contradiction, though, and then maybe I can get the 5 cost. Okay, now we got 3, 4, 5. So we're down to 6. We're down to 5. And we're up to 10. Yep, 3, 4, 5. All right, I KO'd all my non-grays, so let's see what I can actually recover here. Starting with Rictor's Unearth Tectonic Power, investigate for a card that's ranged and or instinct. So to investigate, top 2 cards of my deck. I have revealed the Psychic Knife, which is an instinct, but I will put Search for Peace back on top of the deck. And I get some Piercing Energy out of the deal. I get to draw Search for Peace now, and I get 1 Piercing Energy. This is working out so far. Let me declutter a little bit and play my grays. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recruit from grays. And I get to do some exploring. Not yet. I do get 2 recruit from this, no covert trigger. But I will play I Finally Found You. Janet's Rare, which gives me 4 of each value. That's not Piercing Energy. Up to 2, up to 6 attack and 12 recruit. And then covert. I have to explore first. And then covert is you get plus recruit equal to the found hero's printed recruit. And plus attack equal to its printed attack. So I have to explore no matter what. Or is explore and you may. I don't think I'm going to choose not to do it. Nope, you have to do it. It's not a superpower, this is mandatory. So, 1 and 2. Oh, I gotta put a hero to the bottom first. Precognition is great. I really like it, especially if I have multiple. It's reveal the top card of the hero deck. If you may recruit it this turn, if you do draw a card. If you have like 3 of these and you recruit the top card of the hero deck, you draw 3 cards, which is fantastic. If I tuck one of these forwards, it's not going to interrupt the sequence, but getting rid of Precognition or Wasp of Another Generation will. And I'm a little... Well, I got to do more recruiting. I'm running out of cards, but I am going to... I really like this, though. And revealing the top can help me with Explore. I'm going to tuck Janet's Wasp of Another Generation. Okay, now top 2 cards of the hero deck are Trace the Fault Lines and Psychic Knife. So the power is going to give me plus recruit equal to the recruit and plus attack equal to their attack. Psychic Knife won't give me any of those. I can get 2 more recruit if I make the found hero Rictor, so I will do that. And then on Janet's power, I get 2 recruit because that's equal to the printed recruit. And I'm at 14 recruit, which is a heck of a lot of recruit. And you know what that means? I can pick up Massive Earthquake and have enough for the rare that I can't get from the bottom, near the bottom of the hero deck. So let me take the Earthquake for 7. Hopefully I don't have to sacrifice it. And now, what do my sequence look like? You have a spare Thor rare in the back, just hanging out. Whenever I ask if something's, can you check the back, it's usually not there. 3, 4, 5. I'll adjust that in a second. If I take the 5 I might be able to interrupt it further, plus that's a good card. So let's go ahead and recruit Butterfly Effect for 5 out of my 7 remaining recruit and see what happens. Nope, another 5 showed up. So it's going to be 3. Let me get some other dice over here so I don't have to keep changing everything. It's actually the same. Yep, it's at 3. Okay, well, for 6 attack, I can't hit the Mastermind. She has no plus attack, but I only have 6. I can try to hit Dakin, but again, I could fail. Now, Huntsman, I don't think I can fail that. Yeah, there's no Berserk on there. And he'll just come back anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and fight him for 5. So if he had any captured heroes, choose a player to gain 1 of them and return Huntsman to a city space with the rest of them. He's hard to take down, so I'm gonna take... I could use the KO power, honestly. I'm gonna take Trace the Fault Lines, and then he can hold on to Psylocke for now. Still at 5 attack. With 2 recruit, that gives me a sidekick. My momentum is really cut short with all this sacrificing. I have not even been able to hit the Mastermind once, and she doesn't have any kidnapped victims. Kind of embarrassing on my part. But I have been prioritizing saving my heroes. And I feel good about that. No regrets. Okay, 4, 5, 6. That's a stacked hand. Hopefully they all survive. Turn 11, another weapon plus. So Nuke, weapon 7, has also weapon X sequence, and then fight, reveal the top card of the hero deck as Nuke's Adrenaline Pit. It's all depending on how you look at it, you know? And depending on what you reveal, you do something different. I assume they all volunteered to sacrifice, so that there was no involuntary sacrifice. I guess that's the way I'm going to put it. We're still at 3, so 5 there. Okay. All I got to do is get a Covert in my discard pile, and I can hit the Mastermind with Piercing Energy this turn. But once again, I'm at that situation where I have to... well, I could draw first, see what happens. Let's go with the Psychic Knife, see what I draw. Alright, that'll do. Now, that'll do great. Massive Earthquake. Shatter the Mastermind or shatter all heroes currently in the HQ. If I shatter the Mastermind, I can hit her twice this turn. Once with attack, or once with Piercing Energy. However, depending on what Janet reveals, I might be able to do that twice. If I get some attack. I gotta get a Covert in my victory pile, though. That's true. Shattering all the heroes, though, I can really restock on heroes this way. Which is really, really tempting. You know what? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna shatter the heroes, which is kind of crazy. I am gonna hit her anyway, so let's go ahead and do that. So all the hero costs in this HQ are cut in half, which means we're at 2, and I can do a clearinghouse on these heroes now. So 2 and 3 and 2. And I have reduced their cost. So now I actually have also reduced the Weapon X sequence by doing this. Weapon X sequence is now 2. It's 2 and 3. Because this is minus, it's a reduction. So that means I don't want to change them all. They're all going to go back in a second. Yeah, so shattering, what it actually is that villain or hero or master or whatever gets minus, usually attack, equal to half their cost rounded down. Here it's minus cost. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's different than something like size changing, which affects the action when you recruit it. Let me see. Let me see how this works. So right now, we're at 5. And then we're at 4 here. And then 4. Okay. I haven't played anything else. So let's keep going. Before I recruit anything. I really want to use that piercing energy to hit the Mastermind, although this is not the side where I would want to do that. So my dilemma is this. If I play Butterfly Effect without a covert in my victory pile, I will cap my piercing energy at 5 or 4. I need 6 to hit the Mastermind. Although there's only 2 here and 2 here. So I could clear the city pretty well, but I've also lowered their attack. How much do I think Finally Found You is actually going to give me if I choose to get its points? And she's got 4 and 4 anyway. That's pretty good. So I'm going to actually hit... I'm going to play Janet Van Dyne's Finally Found You first without the superpower, because I really would like to get... Actually, no, I shattered, right? I'm still a short one. I'm still going to play her. All right, let's just get the points. 4 recruit, 4 attack, and we do explore. We don't get anything from it. I do, oh, but that means I have to tuck something, and I'm gonna lose its discount. I didn't think about that. See, this is one of those times I wish I could choose not to explore, but I can't choose not to explore. Oh, this is so frustrating. What do I do? I can't get enough attack without playing her first. I'm just gonna have to do it. Hopefully I get... Yeah, that's fine. We'll see what number I get. Which of these cards do I not really want to take? I'm gonna actually tuck Prepare for a War. Let's see what happens. I didn't draw after the rare. No, I guess I could take back the Shatter, and do that later because I didn't reveal anything. I played Psychic Knife and then I played Earthquake, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Let's backtrack just a little. I will take these dice off for a second. I haven't played Rictor yet. Yeah, exactly. I had to back up a little bit. Now I'll play Janet. So now I can safely tuck Prepare for War for the Explorer. I have 4 recruit, 4 attack. And alright, that gives me Unearth Atomic Power. Then I would play Massive Earthquake and shatter those heroes. Putting all this back. The sequence is still as it is, it's just 2. Now I have enough recruit. I gotta play the Agent for a 5th recruit. Oh, I didn't explore. Wait. I just tucked one. I didn't actually explore. I just put a card there. So let me backtrack on that. I should have done explore. So it was Tectonic Power and Quantum Contradiction. What would I have put there? Knowing I would get 5 recruit. This is a better discount, so I think I would have done this. Okay. Shatter Mastermind now and recruit Covert to hit Transform Mastermind. Yeah, both are shattered onto 3. I just want to know which one I should put there. No, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go with my original plan. I've already revealed heroes, so I can't do that now, but that would have been one way to go. But I also did want to load up on some heroes. So I'm going to start with... Yeah. I'm going to take Precognition for the Piercing Energy, and then probably take Quantum Contradiction for 3. So let's go with the Precog. That was a lot of deciding. for 2, because that was shattered. Another one came in. Okay, now I can safely play Butterfly Effect and get their X gene. So I'll play both of them. Each one gives me 3 piercing energy, so now I'm going to be at 6 piercing energy after all of that. Then, I won't spend it yet. Then for 3 recruit, I'm going to take the Quantum Contradiction for 3 out of the 6 with a discount. And here's where I am. All right. So right now I've increased 2, 3, 4. Weapon X sequence is up by 3. It's 3 again. So I'll just swap these all out. Yeah, much better to swap the dice out. 5. Is this 5? Yep, that was at 2. I didn't play the common Rictor. I didn't yet. Thank you. So I want to make sure I play that. I do get to activate it. Yeah, sorry, a lot of stuff's happening. I did play Massive Earthquake, which will activate Underground Cave-In. Shatter a villain in the sewers. I might as well do that now. So I'll get 2 attack. And I will shatter Nuke. It'll be down to 3 whether it was at 5 or 6. So Nuke's actually down to 3 this turn. And I'm left with 6 piercing energy, 6 attack. Now here's what I can do with that. With 6 piercing energy, I can hit the Mastermind once, or I can go 4 and 6, or I can go 6 attack on So piercing energy does get through Dakin's Berserk. It doesn't matter. I can just hit no matter what. So let's say I did that. I am running out of cards in the villain deck, though. That's the reason why I want to hit the Mastermind quickly. I could hit Ghost twice, right? By doing this. I don't have 8 attack, though. Her other side is if you made at least 6 recruit this turn, which I did. No, did I make 6 recruit? No, I only made 5 recruit. Unfortunately, I could have hit her twice if I made 1 more recruit. Yeah, so I can't hit her twice. I kind of want to hit Nuke for that discounted attack, but then I can't hit anything else. Piercing energy could go 2 and 2, and then I could hit Dakin with 6. But again, I might fail that sequence. Actually, I can check this. I might just have Strikes and Twists left in the villain deck. How many Weapon X did I defeat? Weapon Plus. 1, 2, 3 in my victory pile. 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means in this entire villain deck, there are 1, 2, 3 strikes. All the twists have been shuffled back in. And then 1 Weapon X and 1 Bystander. So odds that I don't reveal... Oh, you've been counting. Yeah, so odds are that I don't reveal a villain is very, very good. So I can maybe take that risk. So I'm going to do that. We'll see how that works out for me. Oh, actually, no. What am I doing? That's Uber Enchanted Weapons. Well, that doesn't matter. What matters is my deck. They both have a fight or fail, so I got those mixed up in my mind. This is more dangerous. There's a very good chance that there's some attack up here when he berserks. So I don't want to do that. Well, my gut is telling me hit the Mastermind, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the Mastermind with 6 piercing energy before I sit around doing nothing, because, you know, we love watching a stream where nothing happens. So let's go ahead and hit her for 6 piercing energy. And see what tactic. Maybe the tactic will help me out. Elaborate rescue plan. You may choose a player to gain 1 of Ghost's kidnapped victims. So it doesn't help me out. I never let her capture any victims, so that doesn't do anything for me. All right, and then she's going to go ahead and transform to the intangible side, which means I can't hit her unless I made at least 6 recruit this turn. I'm 1 short. Okay. So with 6 attack, yeah, again, don't want to risk hitting Dakin. Huntsman just going to come back if I hit him. So I'm going to have to just waste some attack all of a sudden. That's fine. Maybe I get to draw a card with Nuke and we'll see what happens. I'll spend 3. This might work out for me. And fight. Reveal the top card of the hero deck as Nuke's Adrenaline Pill. Let's see what color pill he gets. And it is Instinct, which means draw a card. All right. So this might actually work out for me. Let's see. So I get to draw. What is it? It's a wound! So nothing happens. How anticlimactic. That's a lot of grays. Turn 12 is another twist. Okay, this is where I'm going to have to start, you know, making some choices. I could KO one of these Rictors, but I do get to draw cards. Drawing cards is good. I do have a lot of non-grays I can use and a sidekick, so I might actually sacrifice one of these Rictors. Yeah, I'm going to... Do I sacrifice the KO card? Investigate for a card that costs 0, KO or discard it. It's a little late for that. I think I do. I think I'm going to get rid of Trace the Fault Lines and an Agent to sacrifice for the Soul Stone again. Drawing 3 cards is very tempting. So 1, 2, 3. Oh boy. That's a lot of recruit. Not a lot of cards left in here. Next card revealed is another twist. Do I do it again? Sure. An Agent and Janet Van Dyne. Draw 3 more cards. 1. This is why I wanted to recruit more cards, because I really am giving them up quickly. 2 more. 2 and 3. Shuffle back in. And then the Bystander. Alright. Like you didn't have enough stuff already, Huntsman. Oh, by the way, this changed. I'll sort that out in a second. You're not at 8. Infinity. And now that's done. I gotta tuck a hero that costs 6 or less. We're at 3, 4, 5. I can't interrupt that with the 5, so a 2 is coming in. I know that. So I can actually tuck Precog, put it in Psychic Knife, and then that reduces the Weapon X sequence down to 2. Which is a little better. 3 and 5 and 4. Alright, let's move on. Starting with, I believe I'll play the sidekick first to draw 2. 1 and 2. Okay. I have to make 6 recruit to hit her this turn with attack. Hit the Mastermind this turn. I might just do that. Let's go with Unearth Tectonic Power. 2 attack. Investigate for a card that's instinct and or ranged. I'll put Butterfly Effect on top. I'll tuck the wound to the bottom. I don't get to draw anything, though. Too bad I can't discard anything that way. I got Precognition. To recruit, reveal the top card of the hero deck. You may recruit it this turn if you do draw a card. It is subatomic size. And it has microscopic size changing, so I can easily recruit it this turn to draw a card at no extra cost to myself. I'm 99% sure size changing doesn't just apply to when it's in the HQ. So I'm pretty sure this costs 0 still. Even when it's there. Now that I've played a covert. But I have other coverts that I can get recruit back. It is legendaryleagues.com. You can actually type an exclamation setup and it will give you the link to my setups. And that will be the site. Okay. So yeah, I can get some money back on that. Although I would have to play Butterfly Effect, which means I would have to have something in the discard pile. Let's start getting some piercing energy. Exclamation setup didn't work. Where did you type it? Did you type it in Microsoft Word? Because that won't work. I just did it myself, and there it is. I don't know why. I don't know why it didn't work. No space. Did you put a space? That wouldn't work either. Alright, let's play Psychic Knife. 1 piercing energy. Draw a card first. I should have drawn a card. Alright, that's good. I can get through her intangible side with piercing energy this turn, and then... So, we know what's interesting? This won't this won't matter right now, but if I shatter Ghost... No, once you hit a Mastermind that you shatter, their attack goes back up. right? Or am I making that up? Anyway. Let's play my Grays. That's how it works with Galactus and Cosmic Threat. I do have to check that out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to 6. And I can get a covert for the X gene. It's been a while since I had to shatter the Mastermind, so let's see. Let's see. When you... Yeah, shatter the Mastermind lasts for 1 fight against that Mastermind. So, even if I shatter the Mastermind and then fight her with Piercing Energy, it still counts as a fight. So, her attack would go back. I was wondering what happens if I shatter her and then transform to a side that has a different amount of attack. But it would just go back. All right. Let's do the microscopic size changing. I got to play 1 more covert. Now that I have 6 recruit, I'm going to recruit Butterfly Effect to give me a covert in my discard pile. Put subatomic size here, and it still works with precognition. Here's the second covert I'm going to be playing. All right, yeah, let's do this now. I was going to think about shattering the HQ, but I'm probably going to shatter the Mastermind. 2 more Piercing Energy. X-Gene gives me an additional. Now that I've played 1 2 covert cards, subatomic size not only is free, but it will give me 2 recruit back when I recruit it. So I'll gain 2 recruit subatomic size changing, or recruit subatomic size. And now that I did, thanks to precognition, I get to draw a card because I recruited that card I revealed. And it's Quantum Contradiction. I spent 5. Thank you. I forgot to subtract my 5. Thank you for the catch. A lot of moving pieces. I'll raise that number up, though. So I got Quantum Contradiction. Do I want to use this up this turn? It's going to leave when I do. I think I do want to play it this turn, but I'll hold off. I don't have to play it just yet. I'll play the other Butterfly Effect. There's no reason not to. Up to 7 more, thanks to the X gene. 7 total Piercing Energy. So I didn't make 6 recruit this turn. I could if I played... No, I did make 6 recruit this turn. I just spent some of it. So I could hit Ghost for 6 attack if I had... What's the best way to do this? If I play Quantum Contradiction... If I play Quantum Contradiction, here's what I could do. I can hit Ghost for 6 VP. Then I can hit Ghost for 6 attack. And then I can shatter Ghost and hit her for 3 or 4 attack. I'm going to get 6 total attack, though. So I can hit her twice, but only twice. And then I can do that without having to shatter her if I do this in the correct order. So I think next time play it before precognition, then you can just immediately rebuy it. Oh, this Quantum Contradiction. Did I have this at that time, or did I draw it later? But yes, that would be a cool combo. You could put it on top of the hero deck, and you could re-recruit it. But it's more expensive. I don't know if I would be able to do that. Let's do this. I'm going to play it for up to 6 attack and up to 7 recruit. I'll put it back on top of the hero deck. Then what we're going to do is... I can't decide what to use to spend on hitting Ghost. 6 attack or 6 piercing energy. It really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go ahead and use... Well, I could use the piercing energy on these guys, but I still want to hit her twice. So I'm going to use them both. I'm just going to use the 6 attack. It really doesn't matter. I do get through the threshold. Oh, her other side has more attack, so I should use the attack here instead of the piercing. That's right. Okay, so tactic time. Let's see what that gives me. Shadowy Abduction. Put the highest cost here with the HQ next to Ghost as a kidnapped victim. Okay. So that's going to be one of these 4 cost. We're going to go ahead and give her a Rictor. So she got 1 kidnapped victim. We're going to put him up here. 1 kidnapped victim. And then we blow up the tactic. And then she's going to go ahead and transform back into her tangible side, which now has +1 attack, thanks to the kidnapped victim. So I'm glad I did this. So she's at 9. Gotta refill the HQ. 2, 4, 5, 6. So it's a 3. So we're at 10. So many numbers changing here. We're at 10 here. We're at 6 on Dakin. And we're at 5 on Huntsman. And I have enough piercing energy at her again without having to play Massive Earthquake as well. And... oh, did I give the wrong cost? Oh, you're right. I was thinking of size changing. But that doesn't apply yet. Easy. Doesn't change anything for now. So thank you for the catch. That does, however, change the Weapon X sequence for the enemies. Which is very funny because now it's only 1 for all of them. Which might change what I do here. 4 and 3. Yep, 2, 4, 6. I got even numbers. I could shatter them. That would be 3, 1, 2. If I shattered all of them, they would go back up to 3 Weapon X sequence. But let's hit her again for 7 piercing energy and move on. Is Draining Quantum Energy Chamber. Fight each other player, that's me, reveals their hand and KOs one of their cards that shares a hero class with any of Ghost's kidnapped victims. So that's very scary. The only card on my hand left is Massive Earthquake, but luckily, what's really funny is if you guys didn't catch that, this would have ended up KOing Rictor, but because this is actually a covert, nobody gets KO'd. So, thank you for that catch. It literally saved me from KOing a rare. That's very funny. And now she transforms back into intangible once again. So let's go. Oh yeah. So this is the rule this is the one rule in Legendary that I always get wrong. Where something says each other player. So when something says somebody reveals their hand and then KOs one of their cards, my default always goes to you have to KO something from your hand if you revealed it. But that's not actually what it says. You have to reveal. It still applies to one of your heroes. But I have not been able to shake this. Literally every single time I encounter a card that says this, my gut says it has to be from your hand because it says you revealed your hand. And because I don't play competitively, because I play solo, there will literally be no other reason for me to reveal my hand except for the other player that's not there. I still can't get over that one. But that is true. I would have been safe. So I do have to KO one of my heroes then, which means Precognition is going to go. So this I didn't get rid of the rare. I don't think I'm gonna fix that problem for myself. I have 1 piercing energy, which won't do anything, and I have 7 recruit. There's no way I can get the weapon X sequence down any lower, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shatter all the heroes in the HQ, and we'll just do some more recruiting. So, man, the dice are really doing overtime on this stream today. And that'll increase the Weapon X sequence for the enemies, but I can't even hit them, so don't worry about that. Okay, so I have 7. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or I can go 3, 5, 7. I think what I'll do is I'll take the Quantum Contradiction for 3. And then we'll have 4 left. We'll go with 2 Break the Fault Lines. We'll take both of these. We'll start with the first one. Refill for 2. And the second one as well. And then my turn is going to end. So what am I left with? 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. I made it worse for myself. I just got to hit Ghost 3 more times. That piercing energy will come in handy. This game is taking a long time for a solo game. I feel like I'm an hour and a half in. I don't know 100%. I'm almost exactly an hour and a half in. Good senses on my part, I guess. All right, here we go. Next card is a Master Strike, because of course it is. So what are we gonna do? Each player discards a covert hero or puts a non-gray hero from their hand or discard plus 2 also to kidnap victim. Okay, well, I could discard the rare Janet Van Dyne, but I really don't want to do that. So I'm gonna have to give her one of my other non-gray heroes. I just took like 2 Trace the Fault lines, but I also don't need Underground Cave as much, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her Underground Cave. It's an additional hero class, which I probably shouldn't be providing. But whatever. And now she's gonna transform back to the tangible side. And she's back to 8 attack plus 2 for the 2 victims. So she's at 10. Is there anything in my discard pile? No. So yeah, so I couldn't give her anything. But good looking out on that one. All right, once again, I have 3 cards with class powers that I can't actually use. And these numbers are different. I don't really feel like changing them yet, but I will. Let's draw a card first and see if I get to do something. I get to trigger Explore on the rare with this. So Subatomic Size Janet, I draw another card. There's a bear. 1 and 2. And Trace the Fault Lines, 2 more Recruit. I am going to hit the threshold for making the intangible side that's not up right now. Not like that matters. And then let's go with playing this. 4 Recruit and 4 attack. I'm an 8 Recruit. Maybe I can fish out Psylocke's rare if I keep doing enough Explorers. I do Explore again. What's going to help best fix this sequence? There's 2 3 costs. 1 2 cost I probably can Recruit. The 5, and I'm gonna tuck the 4. Top 2 are Precognition and Precognition. Again, no choice. So 1 gets recruited, 1 goes to the bottom. And I do get plus Recruit equal to its Recruit. So I'm at 10 Recruit, actually. Okay, so I've got 4 attack and 10 Recruit. Weapon X sequence is 2. So it's actually 1 more than this. I really don't feel like changing these numbers anymore. Oh no, that's actually accurate. We're at 5. We're at 4. And this is at 8. Yeah, I'm getting tired of changing these numbers. I wish I could have digital ones on the screen. That would be kind of cool, but I can't guarantee they'll be in the right spot. Plus, changing those will be a nightmare. But I can do a lot of recruiting and try to lower that. Definitely can't hit the Mastermind. I can hit Henchmen and get Psychic Knife right now. But I could also lower that. I'm going to start by taking Psychic Knife, and Rare's not going to pop up, though. So we'll take the Psychic Knife so I can do more sacrifices. Down to 8. Next card is... there's so many 3s. I'm going to take Tectonic Power for 5. And there's another one. I was pretty confident it wouldn't, but that would have been a good idea. Anyway, we're down to 1 now. So 6 and 4 and 3. I could have risked hitting Dakin, but again, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Huntsman to get the captured hero. So we'll just do this. And I get the bystander as well. But actually, no, this is defeated. No, it's not defeated because he just doesn't have any rest of them. If Huntsman has any captured heroes, choose a player to gain one of them and return him to a city space with the rest of them. So he does return. I do get Psychic Knife and I rescue the bystander, but if I had one more attack Or 2 more, actually. I could hit him again. I have 3 more recruit. I kind of don't want to mess up this sequence, so I'm tempted to just hit a sidekick. I think I'm going to do that. So I'll get a sidekick. Remember, Pet Avengers can be sacrificed too. There's your wholesome quote for the day. All right, that's a Mastermind hit. Right there with Psylocke. Turn 14 is Nuke, the last Weapon X in the, or Weapon Plus in the villain deck. And of course, he's got his sequence as well. I kind of want to keep the sequence here at 1. But I can easily get to the point where there's only twists left. And then... Luckily, I haven't sacrificed for the Soul Stone, so they won't cascade forever. I'm just going to have to get those. Only twists and strikes left. I'm going to end it soon. So finally found using my discard pile, which means both butterfly effects I play give me 3 piercing energy each. So that's 6 piercing energy total. Let's do an investigate for a card. I've got 2 attack. Range or instinct. I got a ranged. So draft patrol is going to the bottom of the deck. Let's go ahead and play Quantum Contradiction. Up to 6 attack and up to 4 recruit. We'll trace the fault lines. 2 more recruit. Investigate for the card that costs 0. I shouldn't have put the giraffe on the bottom. You know, I can't KO it, but I got Massive Earthquake I'll put on top. And then 8 recruit. Okay, these are big numbers I like. I have met all the thresholds for Ghost. What we're going to do is transform her and then hit her again for actually 6 attack. So right now we're going to hit her for 6 piercing energy for the last tactic, which is going to be Nightmarish Wraith. Each other player puts a non-gray hero from the discard pile next to Ghost as a kidnapped victim. Here. You can have the rare. I don't need it anymore. I'll put it right here, too. You're kidnapped. And that's going to take out the Wraith. And then she's going to transform back into her intangible side. And then what I can do is I've made 8 recruit this turn. So I'm going to spend 6 attack to hit her 1 last time. And with no more tactics, that was a really annoying Mastermind fight. But she is defeated, and that is a victory. So, an hour and a half in, first game is done. Ended in a positive way. There was a lot of tracking. There was a lot of tracking in that game that I'm not necessarily against. It just, at a certain point, it got to be a lot with all that Weapon X sequence. But I had a good time with it. Thank you for the setup, Mr. Giraffe. And I have 2 more games to play. I think these both will go a little quicker, but I will give you all an idea of what my VP was, because I know some people like to know what my VP is. So as far as predictions, that was a win. So there you go. My total VP. Here's my hero deck. And villain deck. Woo. I put all that stuff aside. Okay, victory points. Got the Mastermind and Tactics, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. There we go. And then 32, 35, 38, 41, 45, 47. So that is 47 VP for game number 1. Even if it was just Twist, I could have just... Every time I sacrifice for the Soul Stone, I wouldn't have to reshuffle and draw again. So that would buy me at least... That would buy me 4 turns. So I think I was okay, but it was still getting a little scary. Alright, thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate you coming by and check out the other videos. There's more games and stuff. If you're watching live, I'm going to play 2 more games right now, so stick around for that.